On this tutorial, we'll be talking about how to take a full body measurement. If this is your first time coming by this page, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and drop your opinion about this video. Yeah, let's just get to class without wasting much time.
Today, we'll be talking about how to take a full body measurement. But firstly, we'll be talking about the vertical measurement, which is a measurement from the head to the toe. So what are the comparison of those measurements? Those are the lengths. When you are hearing vertical measurements, you're talking about the length of the person, anything length, be it the sleeve length, the shoulder to gown length, the trouser length, and everything. So now today we'll be talking about that. To make it just very easy, we have what we call a true half length, and this is a true half length. This place that I'm touching, where our body is bending, that is our true waistline. That is where we are tying this. So we are tying this rope on the true waistline. So you can just tie it on your client's true waistline also. We're taking the vertical measurement. So the first thing we do is you need to know that because of the body slope, you have to take your measurement starting from the highest point of the shoulder to anywhere we are going. So the first thing we want to take is our breast point. What is our breast point? That is the fullest part of the bust, where the bust protruded more. So that is the fullest part of the bust. So for her, from here to here, our breast point is 8. So you just have to record that. Then from there, you go ahead to our under bust. That is where the iron of your bra rests upon. So you just take it in like this. So for her, our own is 10.5. Now from there, you have to hold your tape measurement and go to the true waist. Our true waist is 13.5, and I need you to understand that the front half length is not the same thing as a back half length. So to take our back half length, I'll have to take from our neck. There is a bone around here, so that is our neck, and we'll take it here. So for her, our back half length is 13, while our front half length is 13.5. So let's keep moving on. Also note that when you are taking your vertical measurement, your tape rule must go across the bust, but not on the side like this, but like this. Let it go across the fullest part of the body. Then hold it up. So this is what we have here. Then we have our 13.5 here. Then we ask for our navel point, which is our normal half length. So where's your navel? So here is a navel, which is 16. Our hip line is our hip line. Our hip line falls on the fullest part of our bum bum. For me now, here is the fullest part of my bum bum. So here becomes my hip line. Can you see that? So for her, our hip line is 21. Then from there, we go to the knee. How do we recognize our knee? From our hip side, that place where the hip ends, so that is above, like 3 inches above our knee. So that is where we record as our knee line. So for her, our own is 32, and after that we go to the full length. So for full length, it might just be to the ankle, depending on the style. You can also do calf length. You can do short gown, you can do calf length, you can also do gown length. So it all depends on whatever you want for your client. We also want to measure the sleeve length, because that is one of our vertical measures. From here, we'll take it to the elbow. That gives us 10 inch. Then you tell your client to raise their hand like this, and you continue from there. So for her, our arm length, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm doing. Our arm length is 21. horizontal measurement. What do we mean by horizontal measurement? We are talking about the second round of the body measurement. We are also talking about the round circumferences of the body. So that starts from our back. So these are part of a horizontal measurement. So how do we place our tail to achieve a good back measurement? There is a bone here, there is a bone here, you can see the bone, and there is a bone here. We just connect these three bones and that gives us our back measurement. Like this, then like this. Not like this, no, but like this, yes. From this bone to this bone to this bone. So that is how you measure your back measurement. When you want to take the bust circumference, you take the fullest part of the bust and you ensure that when you are taking it, you are adding ease to it. Yes, you will add ease to it. Your finger should be able to enter in between the body and the tail, at least 1 to 2 fingers, and you should be able to move and ensure that, please turn your back, ensure that it is not sagging. It is not somewhere here, but it should lay on the back. So this is what you get. You can see it's still our 28. So don't make the error of having a saggy belt at the back. Make it lay on the body and make it firm on the body. For the underbust measurement, that is where your bra string is resting. So you just take it all around like this. Like this. Firm enough and a little bit movable. So for her, it is resting. On that, our true waist, where we bend, which is where we usually have our half cut. So you place it here, and for her, it is just the same thing. For her, it is just the same thing as an underbust, but for other people, it is not always the same. So our own is even 23.5, and then you move on to your waist. Where do we call the waist? That is where the navel is, and the high part of our hip. From the high part. So this is where, when you are measuring your waist, this is where the debut should be resting. So, and it should also rest on the navel area. To achieve the hip area, you place it on the fullest part of the hip. Fullest part of the hip. So, and for her, it's giving us 32. The sleeve. Here you measure the person's biceps. You ensure that your hand can enter at least 2 of your fingers and enter into the tape. So for her measurement is 10 inches. Then you measure the upper elbow, as is 9 inch, and the wrist, and her hand is 7 inches. So when you are measuring the arm, you ensure that your finger can enter, because there is no much allowance that you can add to a sleeve, unlike the other body measurements. But the sleeve has limited allowance, so you have to take every precaution when you are cutting your sleeve and when you are measuring it. When you are taking your neck measurement, is either you just crossing parts like this, or you take it round, place your fingers in between, and you take it at least 2 of your fingers too, because when the neck feels uncomfortable, the whole dress feels uncomfortable. You want to measure a trouser measurement. Here is how to measure a trouser measurement. Here, from here to the length, that is the first thing we are going to do. So from the waist, you take it to the knee. Our knee is 20. Then either to the floor, depending on the kind of trouser you are creating, or to the ankle here. So if it is a palazzo trouser, just take it straight to the floor. Then after that, for a trouser measurement, you'll be needing the hip measurement also. After that, you'll be needing thigh measurement, and that is the fullest part of the thigh. Make it a little bit free for ease. So the fullest part of the thigh. Now the knee measurement. That is also the upper knee, the upper part of the knee, somewhere here. When you want to measure the bottom, you request you request your client to lift their leg, lift the leg. Then you take it beneath the feet, then like this, because and here is giving me 12. All we need when it comes to trouser crotch, to calculate the, instead of calculating the crotch, you can just ask your client to sit down like this, and you measure from the waist to the seat, not to the bum bum, no, to the seat like this. So our own crotch length is 10. See you in our next tutorial. Bye.